Well, I've learned a valuable lesson there. I just was telling you some deep secrets of my life about when I was 18 and I was traveling through. I was giving you a whole fucking biography of my life there, and I didn't fucking press fucking record. Jesus Christ. And I can't be bothered to repeat it. I was just talking about various places I've lived and everything. Talked about when I was 18 when I had typhoid fever for 5 weeks, 3 of which were spent travelling around Greece and Turkey, sleeping rough in caves, in the train stations, that I finally ended up in fields in Serbia. So I finally ended up in a hospital in Florence for 2 weeks, nearly dying from typhoid fever at the age of 18. And it was highly entertaining, and now I'm just saying it with resentment and bitterness, whereas before I was saying it with resentment and bitterness and verve. Hey, what can you do? I feel like I've lost some of my soul there. You know? I was pouring it all out, confessing not my sins but my experiences, totally pointlessly. Well, it's cinema verite. You're hearing the reality of things that happen. As I was saying, I thought, this is going to be a good one. I didn't fucking record it. Jesus Christ. Whereas this one now won't be a good one. It would just be me complaining about not doing the other one, which is really highly entertaining, isn't it? Maybe I can turn this around by just being so fucking pissed off that it's funny to listen to. Okay. I started off talking about the Bolshevik Revolution, and then maybe I'll just run through it. Bolshevism. It started off a bit weak, but it always takes me a while to get rolling. It's just nature of the beast, really. So there's Bolshi. No, I can't even remember what the hell happened. Bolshi. How that referred to, we're talking about Prince Harry, that came into it a lot. Yes, I actually got a bit of material about that. Them rearing their child gender neutral. And then saying, the next Disney princess should be like that. So, like, you know what I mean? What was it? Let it go. So, oi, Prince Charming, get your fucking ass over here. And I said, it was all very good. This one will be a fucking disaster. This one, just fucking skip this bit. Unless you're into hearing disappointment in an audio fashion. There's a lot of good stuff there. Christ. Isn't that just like life? Let's try and get philosophical at least. Just when it's going well, you find out you haven't pressed fucking record. That sums up my fucking sexual experiences right there. I don't know how or why. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It just sounded good, and of course my first point of any discussion is always go to the lowest common denominator and make it something to do with something that I haven't much experience in, which is sexual relations with ladies. Just not my scene. No. The human species, been there, done that, moved on to better pastures. Pastures being the operative word. Yes, farmyard animals. I'm going to say it. Don't knock it till you've tried it. And yes, we get blamed for syphilis. Yes, we get blamed for foot and mouth. Yes, we get blamed for all the sexual diseases. Those of us who love to have sexual relations with other species are constantly being vilified purely because we've introduced all these fatal sexual diseases to the general population. As if that's a bad thing. I mean, get your priorities straight, for Christ's sake. You know? I mean, just the selfishness of the general public. The general human-on-human sexualizing fucking republic fucking of publications is ridiculous. The hegemony, of the homosexual? Yes, hominid sexual. Those who have sex with other hominids. They're not even hominids. They're too fucking picky for. They're too non-inclusive. They only stick to their own species. Homo sapiens sexuals. Absolute disgrace. You know? Absolute, total and utter bigotry in every sense of the word. That's right, fellas. You stick to your own goddamn species. Well, I'm not staying for it. I'm going to fight against it. Every goddamn moment of my life. Nature, red, mouth and tooth and claw and vagina. I had a girlfriend, well actually I have one now, believe it or not. She said that my face looked like a chicken's arsehole, which I found was rather insulting. I mean, I had been saying that she had some facial resemblances to an orangutan. I was referring earlier in the previous bit that wasn't recorded to smorgasbord and how I was pronouncing it smorgasbord instead of smorgasborg, which everybody does because they assume that's how it is easier to pronounce for us. And I said orangutan, which is how we all pronounce orangutan. But then again, it might be a nasal voiced N, so it might be orangutan, you know? And then, but it's just spelled orangutan in Bahasa, which is the language of Indonesia. It might be spelled that way, but pronounced with a voiced N, which is Voiced is, okay, G. You feel the vibration of the nasal passage? G, and then K, K. That's voiceless. That means there's no vibration, so G, K. What's another one? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, G, K. Oh, yeah. V, V, and F, V, and F. Yeah, and F sound. Great orangutans. What you know? How long is this? Okay, 3 more. The other one, I was over. I'm not going to tell you about the other one. This is that's not a drag. It was going quite well, and I got fucking. I don't know if in a tangential. Tangential sounds funnier. How are your tangenitals? Are they tanned enough? Yes, I've had them out in various parts of the Costa del Sol, the Costa. What's it called down in the south of France? Côte d'Azur. That's it, Côte d'Azur. Côte d'Azur. How do the French say that? I have to grieve for a bit. I'm just remembering all the funny stuff I said in the other one. I was talking about the French and the Swedes and the Dutch. Because I was talking about the Swedes and how they were highly attractive, and yet their language is very, not unattractive, but not glamorous. If you could combine the Swedes with the French, then you'd be onto a real winner. It's emotionally interesting, this, I think. You're feeling it. I had this shot of adrenaline, my synapses were all fired up. And then doubt sets in. Yeah, that's the way it is analogy for life, in a way. You're adrenaline, you're all pumped up, pumping for success, everything's going great, and then you have your moment of doubt and hesitation, and then it's all down the toilet. That's how it happens. Doubt. He who hesitates is lost. No truer statement has ever been said. Of course, you can't always be pumped up or on adrenalized, or else you'll end up with a personality like, I don't know, David Dickinson, who's someone that my North American listeners would listen to. Who's like that? Arnold Schwarzenegger? I don't know. Who's adrenalized all the time? Maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's his name? Sylvester Stallone, maybe. I don't know. Adrenalize. But Adrenalize is a lot better than this, that's for sure. This is really shit. I'm depressing myself. God knows what I'm doing to you lot. What a fucking drag. That is really one of the worst things ever. That's like doing a drawing that you're really proud of and it goes up in smoke or it gets lost. That's a drag. That's happened to me too as well. My mother, I'll never forget it. Her beautiful crystal bowl she had. I did something that fell off the table onto this knife that was lying there and cracked in two. She loved that one. Another time I left the front door open downstairs and these thieves came in and stole these beautiful Chinese boxes that we'd had from Singapore when I used to live there as a little kid. I was going to say that. I actually used to, as a child, I think, I have to verify this, as a child I had a posh accent, which I have now, which is kind of ironic. Before I ended up in the lovely sunny environs of southern Glasgow, I showed up going, "Mummy, are we having antipasti today? Mummy." That's why I find it so easy to talk like this. Anyway, I've got to hang up.